It's Maximilian de Melo. I've been licensed for a little over 2 years now. I'm half German, half Brazilian. So born and raised in Germany. Started my real estate career a little over 4 years ago. Initially with investments. So we started doing flips. Started with a little townhome that we flipped here in the heart of Scottsdale Old Town, and then kind of worked our way up in the price range and complexity of the projects up into luxury residential developments that we're focusing on right now. So yeah, I guess that's the background. I own a brokerage, America One Luxury Real Estate, with my partners. We have about 22 agents. We did over 100 million in transactions last year. I myself did about 55 million, and that's average deal is about 1.3 million dollars. During COVID, we picked up a couple of projects where a lot of people said, how come you guys are still going? But the numbers worked, and we didn't have any slowdown on our end. And quite frankly, last year during the unfortunate pandemic was the best year that we ever had. I mean, all numbers throughout the board were through the roof. That actually also gives you a little bit of light on the market, right? It really didn't slow down here. I mean, the agents that were doing great actually were doing amazing, and then the agents that were not doing as good, or just kind of so for lack of better terms, that kind of took the circumstances as an excuse. You can word it however you want, to just do vacation, take things a little easier, because there was just so much uncertainty. But everybody that just powered through, including us, I mean, appreciation is through the roof. We have, I think, overall market appreciation, and that includes all kind of price ranges, is somewhere around north of 20% annually, which is insane. And rates are at an all-time low. I mean, a lot of people want to move over here. If you look at the data of migration, I mean, Arizona is one of the hottest markets and hottest states to actually live in. So all these factors, and see the way COVID was handled here, where obviously everybody was wearing masks, but it was certainly a lot more liberal here than in any other state in the US. Granted, in the grand scheme of things, looking to Europe, right, which obviously we do on a daily basis. If I compare my life during COVID with my business partners, my investors, or my family's and friends' life in Germany, I mean, it's like living on two different planets. I feel like the market took a huge upswing during COVID. I can confirm that on our end, as far as sales go for us overall last year, and we're still seeing the effect of it. I mean, we're pre-selling, I would say, like 80 to 90% of our developments, and no later than in framing stage. That kind of gives you an indication on how low the inventory is, for sure, but also how high the demand is for our niche market, which is luxury, but it's modern contemporary. That's pretty much what we focus on. And with the influx of out-of-state buyers, and it's not only California. There's a lot of people coming from the East Coast. The demand for that type of housing is very high, and the inventory is pretty much non-existent. I guess one part is the development side. The other part is the overall market that I really think luxury has been doing extremely well. We've been starting to see some slowdowns now. I wouldn't say those are like market corrections, but obviously in the summer here things are a little bit slower. And I think overall we're in great shape over here, and considering all economic factors and market indicators, I really do not see such a big slowdown. I think it's two things. The first thing is, explains again a little bit our niche. Demand for modern contemporary housing is definitely going up, but has been a trend for a while. And kind of hand in hand with that is the size of the home, especially in the luxury segment. The sweet spot is housing under 7,000 square feet. Now, if I look at the projects that we have, everything's kind of over 7,000, right? Or that 6.5, 7,000 square feet mark, because maybe it's his and hers office, and now the gym slash flex rooms that people want to use for their living purposes, right? You have additional garage space. You have more recreational space. The movie theater, the kind of that was a thing of the past, kind of is coming back, and that even in the smaller houses, only very small portion of our projects are sub 6,000 square feet. You see the demand for bigger houses, more amenities, more flex space, and gated as well. Um, the premium someone's willing to pay to have those boxes ticked off in this new world that we're living in right now is clearly visible. And then again, on that higher level, people say, you know what, I'm fine with 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 square feet, and that kind of, if I look at our inventory that we've come, it's just around 100, I would say 120 million dollar is in luxury inventory. It's all modern contemporary, and they're all big, but actually one. And that one's just under 5,000 square feet. So now you're sticking out as the jewel box. Guys that want to kind of right size from 10,000 to 5,000, but everything else it's the smallest one is 6,500. The biggest one is almost 11,000, 11, 12 projects. That just shows you, and 11 or 12 projects doesn't sound that much, but if you look at what's out there and what's coming, it is, I would say, representable market share in this specific niche, and with that, obviously pricing, right? That $1,000 a square foot mark is just normal, right? So we're last in our pro formas, we said we're going to sell the house for $4 million. So the $4 million house from last year is $1 million, is $1 million more, like a $5 million house this year. So everything that we pre-sold for 4.2, you can technically just finish it, put it on the market, and sell it for at least $5 million. That actually reflects more than 20% appreciation, right? But that's in the premium segment. So it's and that's starting to like establish itself, right? It used to be 1,000 square foot is insane. Now we have 1,000, 1,100. We have projects that are north of 1,200 a foot. Houses closing for 1,500 a foot, and that's not just one-offs. That's maybe probably the market I can speak to the best. The 1,000 square feet and up. That's a new standard amongst the luxury top projects, and I do not see this dipping on the premium project. If you have a great product and a great location, the 1,000 a foot that will be a sustainable number and forecast for us on the development side and for people buying their houses. It's cool.